So one morning, like always, I woke up, stretched, grabbed my phone, and started scrolling. You know, the usual mindless routine. But then I saw it, a YouTube notification. And not just any notification, it said, "Your video has been removed for violating our community guidelines." My heart sank. I rubbed my eyes, hoping I was still dreaming. But nope, crystal clear, my Faceless YouTube channel was receiving a warning strike. I opened YouTube Studio and there it was. The exact video they'd taken down was titled, "How to Earn $10,000 per Month from YouTube Shorts, Automation." I just sat there staring at the screen like, what? That video had been live for weeks. It was one of the best performing ones. Thousands of people had watched it, commented, implemented the strategies, and even messaged me saying they were finally making money from their channels because of it. But now, gone. Just deleted. And the reason? According to YouTube, it was dangerous content. Dangerous? I laughed out loud. What's dangerous about showing people how to set up a content schedule and outsource thumbnails? It's not like I was giving out blueprints to hack the Pentagon. I made simple, practical, step-by-step educational videos. That's it. Tutorials that actually help people. Real people. Anyway, I told myself, okay, it's just a warning, no big deal. Just be careful moving forward. So I moved on, or at least I tried to. Because right around the same time, something else happened. A sponsor reached out to me, and not just some random brand. This was a huge name in the AI industry. Like, industry level legit. They emailed me saying they loved my content and wanted to promote their new AI software. They offered me $4,200 for a package of 4 sponsored videos. I won't lie, I was hyped. That kind of deal doesn't land in your inbox every day. So I replied, we booked a Zoom call, hashed everything out, signed the deal, and it was go time. I got to work immediately and uploaded the first sponsored video titled How to Make Money Online with YouTube Shorts, Automation in the Health Niche. The video started doing numbers, over 9,000 views in just a few days. The sponsor was happy, I was happy, everything was running smoothly. Then came April 2025. I uploaded the second sponsored video. This one was titled How to Monetize YouTube Shorts Automation Channel. 15 minutes, that's all it took. I got another email from YouTube, and the moment I saw the subject line, I felt that same gut punch all over again. Your content has been removed. I didn't even want to open it, but I had to. The email said my video didn't follow community guidelines. Specifically, it mentioned that I violated YouTube's harmful content policy. And this time they included a line that caught me completely off guard. It said, "This includes content that provides instructions about how to download YouTube videos in an unauthorized way." I was stunned, completely confused. I sat there thinking, what are they even talking about? Then I realized there was a small part of the video where I briefly mentioned a tool that could help manage content, and in passing, it had something to do with downloading. It wasn't a tutorial, it wasn't a guide, it was just a quick mention. But apparently, that was enough. That one line taken out of context, and boom, strike. Now, just like that, I had one strike on my channel. That meant I couldn't upload anything, post in the community tab, or go live for an entire week. And worse, that strike would be hanging over my head for 90 days like a ticking time bomb. Honestly, it was insanely stressful. I had no idea that even mentioning certain things like downloading videos could get flagged. I mean, I wasn't even showing people how to do it, just briefly referenced it in a broader context. But YouTube didn't care about intent. They cared about policy. And I realized, yeah, this one's on me, I messed up. I didn't read the community guidelines as carefully as I should have. And now I was paying the price. For the next 3 to 4 days, I was living in a constant state of anxiety. My brain was fried, I couldn't focus on anything. I kept replaying everything in my head, wondering if this one mistake had already set me on a path to losing everything I'd built. And that's when the fear really hit me, because now I had one strike. 2 more, and my channel could be terminated permanently. All of it gone. Years of work, long nights, thousands of dollars that I'd invested into building a team, gone in a flash. The thought of that kept me awake at night. I was literally having nightmares, like real ones, where I'd open my phone and see the email, "Your channel is being terminated," waking up in cold sweats. It sounds dramatic, but if you've ever poured your heart into something for years, you get it. It was crushing to think that everything I'd worked for could vanish just like that. All because of one careless mistake. So I made a decision. From that moment on, I was going to be extra careful, like paranoid level careful. Every video I uploaded had to go through a mental checklist of, will this trigger another strike? Because the second one, that wouldn't just pause my uploads for a week. That would lock me out for 14 days. And if a third one came after that, it was game over. That fear was already sitting in the back of my mind. 8 days later, I decided to post a new video. This one was titled, He Made $400K in 30 Days from a Faceless YouTube Channel. And before you ask, no, it wasn't clickbait. This was a real case study. A guy I personally knew. He had shared his journey in a private Facebook group we were both in. And with his permission, I broke down exactly how he pulled it off. I didn't exaggerate anything. I didn't add any fluff. I just presented the facts. And honestly, the video started off great. It was doing well, getting views, comments, the usual. But still, every single morning, I woke up terrified to check my notifications. Like, I'd hesitate before opening the YouTube app. My first thought was always, please, no more strikes, please. I was living in fear, checking emails like I was waiting for a bomb to go off. But for 10 days, nothing happened. No new strikes, no takedowns, everything was running smoothly. And I thought maybe, just maybe, I dodged the bullet. Only 75 more days to go. I told myself, if I can just make it to that, my first strike will expire and things will be back to normal. Or so I thought. Because on May 24th, everything fell apart again. I woke up that morning, like usual. I grabbed my phone, eyes still half closed, hoping to see some nice comments, maybe a bump in views. But instead, I saw it. That same dreaded notification from YouTube, your content has been removed. My body froze. I started shaking. Literally. My hands were shaking as I tapped to open the email. And there it was. The title of the removed video, he made $400K in 30 days on his Faceless channel. And right underneath it, this video did not follow our community guidelines. I was stunned, completely blindsided. I felt like the floor beneath me had disappeared. I stared at the screen thinking, what? What did I do wrong this time? There was no copyright content, no violations. I just shared a success story, nothing more. And that's when I saw the part that hit me like a punch to the gut. Your channel now has 2 strikes. 2 strikes? 2 strikes? That meant I was now locked out from uploading, posting, or live streaming for 2 entire weeks. I just sat there frozen. It broke me. Like, genuinely broke me. I couldn't believe it was real. After everything I'd already been through, now this? I felt helpless. I felt defeated. Honestly, I felt like crying. Because this wasn't just a channel to me. It was years of late nights, learning, investing, risking, building, all of it now hanging by a thread. One more strike, and it's over. Forever. And the worst part, they didn't even explain why. No clear reason. Just the same vague line about harmful content. I didn't talk about anything illegal. I didn't promote anything dangerous. It was a story, a real one. So I did what anyone would do in my situation. I filed an appeal. I explained everything, told them this was a real case study, that I hadn't broken any rules. I even requested a manual human review because I thought maybe this was just a bug or an AI error. It happens. I'd seen horror stories on Reddit about people getting flagged unfairly, and now I was one of them. That night I didn't sleep. I was praying, literally praying that someone at YouTube would read my appeal and see that this strike was a mistake. That they'd understand how hard I'd worked for this, how much this channel meant to me. The first strike, okay, maybe that was on me. I could live with that. But the second, I didn't even understand what I'd done wrong. And the thought that I could lose everything over a vague policy was honestly terrifying. Then on May 25th, I finally got a response. I remember staring at that notification, heart pounding in my chest. I didn't even want to open it. I was scared, terrified even. This email, it could either save my channel or seal its fate. I opened it, and the first line read, "We've carefully reviewed your content and confirmed that it violates our harmful policy." That was it. No breakdown, no timestamp, no specific reason, just violates harmful policy. I sat there like, bro, what are you talking about? Dangerous content? What was dangerous? I wasn't talking about nuclear weapons. I was talking about YouTube Shorts. It was like trying to argue with a wall. No matter how much I explained, reasoned, or pleaded, there was nothing. Just silence and a one-liner that made no sense. And in that moment, I felt like I was losing a battle I didn't even understand. Like, how do you fight something when you don't even know what weapon they're using against you? I was devastated. I was genuinely broken. Sad, frustrated, angry, all of it at once. And the worst part was knowing I had no control. For the next 14 days, my channel was frozen. No uploads, no updates, no nothing. And the weight of the situation kept sinking in deeper and deeper. If I got just one more strike, that's it. Game over. Channel gone, deleted, years of work gone in a click. For the next week, I was in one of the darkest phases I've ever experienced. I stopped going to the gym, which had always been my stress buster. I avoided calls from my friends. I barely spoke to my family. I couldn't even eat properly. I was literally eating just once a day. Not because I was busy, but because I couldn't stomach the thought of losing everything. This wasn't just stress anymore. It felt personal. Because how can you keep showing up and putting in the work when the platform you're building on can wipe everything without even giving you a real explanation? And every night when I laid down to sleep, I'd get that gut-wrenching fear all over again. What if I wake up tomorrow and there's a third strike? What if everything I worked so hard for is just gone? That fear pushed me to make a decision. One I didn't want to make, but I knew I had to. If I really wanted to protect my channel, I needed to go dark, which meant privating all my videos for 90 days until both strikes expired. Let me tell you, that decision hurt. Some of those videos were doing incredibly well, pulling in views daily, generating revenue, building my brand, but none of that mattered anymore. The risk was too high. So one morning, I logged into YouTube Studio, selected every single video on my channel, and hit private. And just like that, everything was gone. From public view, at least. And even though I could still see them from my end, to the world, it was like it had disappeared. Now remember, during all this, I was working with a sponsor. The one that had offered $4,200 for 4 videos. I had already delivered 2 videos. Both were up, but now they were private. And when I reached out to request payment for the work I had already done, they said no. They told me that unless the videos were public, they couldn't pay, that it was company policy. I explained everything. The strikes, the risk, how I had no choice if I wanted to save my channel. But they didn't budge. Zero flexibility, no empathy, just make them public or no payment. That put me in a brutal spot. I had 2 options. First, take the risk, make those 2 videos public again, get paid, and potentially risk a third strike, which would mean my channel gets permanently terminated. And second, lose the money, sacrifice the payment, possibly lose a long-term sponsor, but keep the channel safe. It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make in my YouTube journey, but in the end I chose to protect the channel. I decided to keep every single video private, including the sponsors, until August 22nd, 2025, the day my strikes would officially expire. That meant for 90 days, I couldn't post anything on Geekbot. No new content, no tutorials, no updates. And for anyone visiting my channel during that time, it looked like I had just vanished. No videos, no uploads, nothing. Only I could see the library of content still sitting there, hidden, waiting for the storm to pass. It was a tough call. Financially, emotionally, it sucked. But in the grand scheme of things, saving my channel was more important than any temporary paycheck. So the only thing left to do was wait. Wait out the 90 days, wait for the strikes to expire, and wait for my channel and my peace of mind to get back. And now, when you look at my dashboard, you'll see that final countdown. The last strike expires on August 22nd, 2025. That's the day I get my channel back. Fully, officially, and safely. After 90 days of silence, fear, and sacrifice, Geekbot is finally free again. But something unexpected happened while I was away. Something that honestly meant more than views, subscribers, or sponsors ever could. Even though I had privated all my videos and disappeared from YouTube, you guys, my community, my fam, you didn't forget me. I started getting messages from a lot of people asking, "Sir, why did you delete your videos? Your content was so helpful. Please come back. I was learning so much." Every message hit differently, but one stood out. It was from someone named Abhi. Abhi, I don't know if you're watching this right now, but I hope you are, because your message, it reminded me why I started this journey in the first place. You said, "I've been a big fan of your channel, Geekbot AI. I really loved your content. It was different, honest, and super helpful." You stood out from the crowd, and that's what made your videos so special. If you're going through something, I hope you're doing okay, and if you ever feel like coming back, Just know there are viewers out there who truly appreciate what you do. Abhi, thank you, truly. Reading that made me pause, and for the first time in weeks, I felt hope. Like maybe, just maybe, this wasn't the end. Maybe it was a new beginning. And to everyone else who messaged me, supported me, waited for me, I see you, I hear you, and I'm so grateful for you. You reminded me that this channel is bigger than just videos and monetization. It's about people, it's about you. So now I'm back, strikes are gone, clean slate, and I'm not just coming back to upload the same content. I'm coming back to give you everything I've got. I'm talking 8 to 10 high-quality videos every month. The best I've ever made. I'm going to teach you everything I've learned over the last 5 years of doing YouTube automation, from building Faceless channels to earning thousands every month. Stuff I learned from expensive paid courses, stuff I tested myself, and proved it works. No fluff, no gatekeeping, just real strategies from someone who's been in the trenches. And if that sounds good to you, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you've got questions or need help, drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll do my best to reply to all of them. Because this time, we're going all in. Thank you once again for standing by me in my lowest moments, for believing in me when even I started to lose faith. Now, it's my turn to give it back. 10x. This isn't just a comeback. This is a rebuild, a revival, a brand new chapter. And trust me, we're just getting started. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.